We decided to stay overnight in the Lake District to shorten our journey up to the Scottish borders. We had booked in to a lovely campsite right on the shores of the loch. I'd stayed here many years ago while doing the West Highland Way. Cashel campsite is delightful, and sometimes it's better to get here earlier in the season to avoid being savaged by the midges. But I would definitely recommend this site. After two wonderful relaxing days, the next leg of our journey was to the delightful village of Pitlochry. After a delightful day in the village of Pitlochry, we headed to Dunrobin Castle. It's one of the largest of Scotland's great houses and has lovely award-winning gardens. A short distance just north of Dunrobin Castle is the delightful site, Brora Caravan and Motorhome Club site. It's nestled beside a lovely golf course which you can cross to gain access to a deserted beach. The village itself is also worth a visit, although it seems rather sad that most people probably drive straight through without even a second glance. Coming to Wick was rather special for me. My father had been based here at the outbreak of war in the RAF. And there's a wonderful photograph of him standing outside the bell tent in the snow, wrapped up in his greatcoat. Fortunately, the weather was much kinder for our visit. The town is very nice and definitely worth a visit. On the outskirts, there's a large Tesco's where you can stock up with all necessaries and fill up with fuel ready for your journey north. I have lost count of how many times I've looked at the map and wondered what it would be like to visit John O'Groats. To be honest with you, yep, I was like a child in a sweet shop. I was so excited to be here. And was it worth the visit? Most definitely. After a day of enjoying John O'Groats, our next stop was at the Kyle of Tongue, where the very kind people here allowed us to stay overnight. The site is very peaceful and has wonderful views. We had come to northern Scotland with our own images of what we expected the NC500 to be like. Well, it surpassed even our expectations. We came across this deserted cottage which sits right beside General Caulfield's Road. Apparently somebody had done some wonderful Banksy type paintings on the inside walls, but some spoilsport decided they weren't to their taste and they whitewashed them all. Well, Ullapool is delightful. The motorhome campsite there is right on the shore, but you cannot book it. You have to try and phone ahead and hope there's some space. While we were in the town, there was a delightful festival of old ships and music. We booked a 2-hour boat trip with sheer water. I would honestly recommend, if you come to Ullapool and the weather's good, definitely experience this. The captain purposely slowed down here. It gave us a chance to see the grey seals basking on the nearby rocks. The salmon fishery has been here for some time, and this vessel actually pumps air and food and nutrients into the pens. As we came past the pens, you could actually see the salmon leaping. This cave was used during the time of Henry VIII. People would row out and carry out a mass inside the cave where they couldn't be seen. As we got nearer, the captain said that he was going to take us in. We weren't really too assured because he said they'd not done it before. So, a little bit nervously, we stood on the bow and enjoyed this wonderful experience. We hadn't actually booked ahead, but were very fortunate that this site allowed us to have 2 nights. The weather had closed in, but if you walked down to the beach you would actually see real dinosaur footprints. Dunvegan Castle, even in the awful weather, was very enjoyable to see.